Blokees just revealed their new Dark of the Moon Bumblebee and Dark of the Moon Megatron, and these two might finally confirm what Bayverse collectors have been waiting for. With Jetwing Prime already out, Blokees is quietly building what could become the best details core class scale Bayverse display line we ever had. No transformation compromise, no hollow parts, just pure sculpt, articulation, and movie accuracy in a small and affordable format. Today, I'm breaking down Bumblebee, Megatron, and how they compare to the Jetwing Prime, and what this means for potential full Dark of the Moon lineup. We finally have the official promotional photos for the upcoming Blokees Dark of the Moon Bumblebee, and this might be the most exciting Bayverse entry in the lineup so far. After the 2007 Optimus Prime, 2007 Megatron, and the Jetwing Optimus Prime, Bumblebee become the fourth character to join the Blokees family, and honestly, this one easily feels like a fan favorite in the making. Right away, the big win is the accuracy. Unlike the early Ray prototype that only showed the battle mask, the final products include both the unmasked and battle mask head, giving collectors real display option. This also comes with his Iron Blaster and the shoulder missile, straight from the 2007 and the Revenge of the Fallen movie. And they actually look good in this scale, and aesthetically, this is one of the cleanest and most displaceable small-scale Dark of the Moon Bumblebees that we have seen so far. Blokees avoided the messy proportion and awkward foot shape that have haunted many study series Bumblebees. Instead, we get a tight sculpt, sharp details, and articulation that actually let you pose B in heroic action stance without fighting the figures. Not only does Blokees Bumblebee looks good from head to toe, but he also looks shockingly clean from the back, something we almost never get with Bumblebee figures. The rear silhouette is tight, the molded panel details is dense, and the proportions stay slim and accurate, exactly what we expect from a non-transforming model kit that doesn't have to hide a vehicle keyboard. It's easily one of the cleanest small-scale Bayverse B that we have seen in years. For collectors who miss out on the Revoltech Dark of the Moon Bumblebee, or don't want to pay the aftermarket price that Revoltech's Dark of the Moon Bumblebee goes for these days, this feels like a modern and affordable alternative that we have been waiting for. But there's one thing that collectors immediately notice. He's big. Bigger than previous Blokees Rise of the Big Bumblebee, bigger than Trumpeter Bumblebee, and honestly, too large to scale properly with Blokees Dark of the Moon Jetwing Prime and Megatron. However, this is the interesting part. This oversized height actually worked in his favor for all the collection, because at this scale, Blokees Bumblebee suddenly become a perfect match for study series displays, slotting in as a premium upgrade B with far cleaner engineering. It even pairs nicely with larger non-transforming lines like the Yolopark MK Pro figures for Optimus Prime and Megatron, giving collectors tons of cross-display options. And speaking of scale, we need to talk about the Blokees upcoming Dark of the Moon Megatron, because the new official images give us our best look yet at this long-awaited counterpart to Jetwing Prime. Now, let's be honest up front, the color scheme is in red. Megatron is molded mostly in plain gray and brown plastic with minimal paint, so he doesn't have that gritty metal depth or worn battle damage that you would expect from his destroyed Dark of the Moon look. But even with that limitation, he actually looked much better than the strange lime green Yolopark MK Mini Dark of the Moon Megatron that's been circulating, so still a small win there. But the real surprise is the sculpt work, because this is where Blokees nailed it. The details on this Dark of the Moon Megatron is a huge improvement over the older 2007 Megatron model kit. The shapes are sharper, the proportions are more shrink accurate, and you can instantly tell that this design had more time and care put into it. The sculpting has so much raw potential that with just a light paint wash and a few metallic accents, these figures could honestly look premium. The articulation also seems to be one of Megatron's biggest strengths. From the pose shown so far, he can pull up almost all of his iconic Dark of the Moon stance, including both hands gripping on the shotgun. What's impressive is that the two hands actually have different pack design, different hand design, yet the weapon still locks in naturally and securely. For a small non-transforming kit, that's a big win. The back of the figure is surprisingly good too. Sharp, dense detailing with clean panel separation and no hollow shortcut. This is where non-transforming kits truly shine. And Blokees clearly understand how to maximize sculpt work without worrying about engineering compromise. Megatron also stands at the same height as the original Blokees 2007 Megatron, and that matches closely with Jetwing Prime. It's not movie accurate by any means, because Megatron was supposed to be noticeably taller than Prime, but visually the two still look cohesive enough on the shelf. Unfortunately, where scale breaks completely is with Dark of the Moon Bumblebee, because it's just too big. It's a beautiful figure with fantastic sculpting and insanely clean back profile, but it just towers over both Prime and Megatron. that just being as tall as them, while he was supposed to be only half as tall or even shorter, and that makes the trio look mismatched when displayed together. But scaling aside, it's exciting to finally see Blockies expanding deeper into the Bayverse lineup again, with Dark of the Moon Bumblebee, Dark of the Moon Megatron, and Dark of the Moon Jetwing Optimus Prime, forming the start of a concept. And all that's left is for Blokees to continue the roster with Sentinel Prime, Shockwave, Soundwave, and Starscream. And then, we finally have a complete, modern, and stylized Bayverse displays in dealer scale. And now that we have covered the newest reviews, Bumblebee and Megatron, let's zoom out and take a look at the rest of Blokees Bayverse lineup, because the foundation they have already built gives us a clear picture of where things are heading. One of the strongest examples of what Blokees can do is still their Dark of the Moon Jetwing Optimus Prime. This is the figures that proves you can get style, fun, and display presence without spending anywhere close to the premium prices. This is a snap-together kit made up over 160 pre-colored pieces. Once put it together, you get an Optimus Prime equipped with his full Jetwing pack. The massive wings, cannon, and booster make these figures look absolutely incredible on the shelf. On top of that, it includes LED lights in the eyes and chest, which really brings the figure to life when displayed. This set is loaded with accessories, including swappable 2007 Revenge of the Fallen and Dark of the Moon alternative parts for movie accurate mode, alternated hands for both action pose and displays, dual Energon sword, and an Energon axe for melee displays, dual Jetwing blaster, and a massive jetpack for that iconic Dark of the Moon fly mode, the 2007 and Revenge of the Fallen Iron Blaster for the classic firefight, the Dark of the Moon Striker Blaster, and Dark of the Moon Shield for battle-ready pose, and a display stand that let you pose Optimus Prime mid-fly, ready to strike from above. Even though it released earlier, this kit set the standard for the whole line. The sculpting is still ridiculously sharp, layers armor, accurate chest proportion, properly shaped jetpacks intakes, all built without any of the compromise you see in transforming figures. The Jetwing assembly remains one of the most detailed and small-scale interpretation that we have ever seen, with clean panel lines and genuinely premium silhouette. And because it's a model kit, the proportions stay street accurate instead of shrinking the torso or stretching out the legs like we often see in study series. Even the back of the figures look impressive. No hollow gaps, no random joints, just a clean, properly shaped mechanical spine and backpack. This Prime is the benchmark, and everything Blokees is doing now with Dark of the Moon Bumblebee and Dark of the Moon Megatron is clearly built on top of what they learned here. And honestly, if Blokees is willing to push this far with Dark of the Moon Bumblebee and Megatron, the door is wide open for even more Bayverse release. A proper Dark of the Moon Sentinel Prime, Shockwave, Starscream, and Soundwave. Even a true Final Battle Optimus retool would turn this tiny line into the most complete core class Bayverse display set we have ever seen. If you want to stay ahead of every new review, just tap like and sub so you don't miss the next update.